Hi, I'm Mike from Michael's Motor Cars, located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I'd like to show you a car which we recently acquired. Come on over and take a look at it. You'll see if you look at some of our previous cars that we have sold, we love finding interesting cars, especially cars with interesting stories behind them, and this car definitely fits that category. What it is an Intermechanica replica of a 1957 Porsche 356A Speedster. So what's interesting about Intermechanica, and years ago I had an Intermechanica Indra, which was a really cool, interesting car. So I kind of always liked the Intermechanica company and their history. But they apparently were the first company that started making a replica Speedster. So these are some of the very early first fiberglass Speedster replicas. They originally started production in California. The company was there for 2 years, 1977 and 1978. This car is one of the original 52 cars produced in California built by Intermechanica. So this car was built in 1978. The platform, of course, is an older Volkswagen Beetle. That's what they started with. But it is a factory-built Intermechanica made in California. Some of the earlier cars, like this one, have more real Porsche bits and pieces on them. So it's kind of interesting. This is a very early replica. So come on over and look a little closer. Of course, we have the cool front lights with the parking light bulbs in there, turn signal lenses. When we received the car, we did some work on it. We had new carpeting with bonding installed in the trunk, just to make that much nicer. I do really like the Intermechanica bodies are very, very thick, solid fiberglass. So the fit and finish on these cars is really nice. Everything just works nicely on the car. We purchased it from a fellow who had bought the car out of Pennsylvania in 1998. We have a copy of the Pennsylvania title when it came out of Pennsylvania. So he owned the car from '98, and then around 2010, he decided to do a lot of work on the car. It used to be red. He changed it to this white, and it's a nicely done paint job. The paint was well done in all the door seams and everything. He also did some significant upgrades. He changed to front disc brakes in the front. He did stainless steel brake lines, and we have the invoices for all this work. He also, and I mentioned this in the test drive of the car, he put a Highway Flyer 4-speed transaxle in the back. So that really gives it a much taller gear for highway cruising. So 1, 2, 3 are relatively short shifts, and then 4th is very relaxed to drive this car on the highway. So coming along the side of the car, of course, it's all fiberglass, so we really have no rust, obviously. The floor pan is very solid, very nice. I love the interior on the car. It is, I believe, largely original, the way Intermechanica would have done it. The seats appear to be all original Intermechanica seats. We have the really cool old-style seat belts, which I love. They look cool. We did just replace the steering wheel. That is new. Instrumentation is old instrumentation. Everything's working on the car. I mentioned that in the test drive. The fuel gauge is working. Oil pressure is working. Speedometer, of course, tachometer. We're trying to source a new sending unit for the temperature gauge. This is always showing about the middle, even when we know the car is cold. When we received the car, we did the carpeting in the trunk. We also installed new carpeting in the cabin of the car. And our interior guy, who loves old cars, took it a step further, made a cool leather boot for the parking brake, made a cool leather boot for the shifter with little, I love the lacing he did. I think it's just cool looking for the period of the car. We also had a new tonneau cover made for the car. So this tonneau is brand new, and we will take more pictures of the complete tonneau. And the car, when the previous owner was doing work, back around 2010, he had a new top made for it. And this is all fabric. So beautifully done top, beautifully done tonneau that was just finished on the car. Everything fits nicely. It just has a cool, finished look to it that is clearly period correct for the car. Going to the back of the car, the lenses, all the chrome is excellent. The lenses are wonderful. Your grate in the back is beautiful. We've got the Porsche 356 emblem. This chrome is very nicely done. Of course, Volkswagen dual exhaust. It is a standard Volkswagen motor. It does have dual Weber carbs. We'll take some photographs of the engine compartment. I believe it's just under 1800 cc motor. I don't know that for a fact, but just the way they built these cars, I am assuming it's probably the 1700 something cc motor, but not positive. I also want to mention, of course I mentioned the top and the tonneau. We do have the two side curtains. They're okay. They're in usable condition. They're all there. And so you have the complete weather package for a Speedster, being it what it is. We've got the chrome wheels with the Porsche crests. On this side, more of the same. Just very simple but nicely finished. I just think this car has such a cool look going. And we'll take detailed photos of everything. It is, of course, roadworthy. It has wipers, has a horn, turn signals. All the lights are functioning on the car. And the fit and finish for a fiberglass replica is really quite good. It just looks right. Coming along here, the Speedster emblem, Reuters badge down here. Of course, the chrome wheels, which I mentioned earlier. So it's really cool. Here's an opportunity to get one of the very early original Porsche replicas of a 356, done by Intermechanica, a well-known company. The car is being sold on a Pennsylvania title. It has its original Intermechanica VIN plate and sticker attached to the body. So Pennsylvania does recognize Intermechanica as a car company, so it's being sold as an Intermechanica. So this one's going to be a lot of fun. Please ask us any questions you may have. If you're looking for a very cool, very neat, older, earlier replica, this might be your car. So good luck and ask us any questions you may have. Thanks for taking the time and looking at our car.